Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Thursday the 21st of September. We've got new mods. We've got a few updates. The map Wisnice by Bartson V3 has had an update that says a new save game is not required. The map The Agres Balconies by JM Gaming has had an update. A new save game is required. They've added some new fruits and things onto that one. The Avant series by ITS, the New Holland T5 Tier 4 by STV the Lizard NVAM and NVAP by Holtz FS, the American Husbandry set by Lancy Boy, the Corner Shed by Farmer 5 Tom, and the Ultimate Mowing and Baling Pack by Matt Trucker 921. And the update the other day gave the ability to have 9x bales. But I think the wrapper wasn't working with it, so the update today for that is that the wrapper that comes with that pack will accept the 9x bales. Pretty sure. So, mods then. We have got the Hall for Machines. This is by VN11.0. 4.8 megabytes download, 16 slots on console, 35 grand to buy. On the roof there are a few solar panels, 4 panels. That will earn you £312, euros or dollars per calendar month. I think it works out 13 per day or something like that. Anyway, so it depends how many days you've got running on your cycle. Build mode and sheds is where you'll find it, just there. Slot count will come down to 1. There's no colour option on this. When you go to place one, just double checking to my left, nope. Double doors open at the front, double doors at the rear, nice bit of weathering around it as well. Lighting inside and light on the outside as well, all controlled from just inside there. But like I say, drive through if you want it drive through. Open the rear doors, let a bit of air through. Light switch just over here, lights on or off, and you'll see the light outside goes on and off as well. Is there one at the back as well? No, just at the front. Just double check that. Whoa, that was a bit of luck. I put it around the right way by accident. That's the Hall for Machines by VN11.0. Next, not this, but what's on the side of it. This is quite cool. Yeah, I would like it probably more if it had a larger capacity, but I completely see the point of this, and it's brilliant. This is the Pneumatic Conveyor for Grain Silos by Piesel. 20.09 megabytes download, 7 slots each. There are 9 of these. Yeah, 9 of these. There are 3 in green, 3 in red, 3 in blue. They're the same, you'll see in a moment. 35,000 litre each, capacity wise, and it's basically into the silo and out of the silo, but it's just this, it's this bit here. That shed is completely unrelated, so you can put this silo onto any shed you want. Now it's a standard crop type, it's not seed, multi-fruit, anything like that, just standard crop types at 35,000 litres. That one's full, 35,000 litres of wheat. Actually, can I disassemble that with the wheat in it? I can. So with 35,000 litres in, it's disassembled and can sit there until you need it, then reassemble it like so. That one's empty, which we can also assemble, and you'll notice that one is higher up the wall than that one is. Is it a 4, 5 and 6 we've got? I'll show you. That's probably makes more sense. Under build mode, under silos, starting there, we've got a 4 metre, 5 metre and a 6 metre. There you go. So in green, 10,000, 10,200, 10,400, depending on the height you want. I went for the 4 and the 5, I think. Yeah, so if you look at the 6, so it depends what building you want to put it on. If I put it at the other end of the building, it will say that it overlaps. This is going to be a little bit tricky because it's green on green, it's on the darker side of the building. But when you get right up to the building and it says that overlaps another object, just press triangle and you can put it then, I mean you can put it going right into the building if you want to, unless you probably don't want to. Let's see if I can get it to fit between those two. That's not going to, is it? I suppose technically we could, probably shouldn't. And you'll see there against the wall, just on the wall there. Let's go that way a little bit. There we go. One of each height. So you can place multiple ones on each building if you want to. Have one for each crop type again if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But they're nice and cheap as well. And you could even have it as a temporary storage, and then once you've used it, you could sell it on, disassemble it, someone comes and collects it, takes it away. However you want to run your storyline. Now this will only hold 35,000 litres. It's not 35,000 litres of each crop type, it is 35,000 litres. Now that's showing as both, that's interesting. That one's showing as both. That one's only showing as one. That's showing as both. It's just because of how close together I've got them. There you go. So there's your 3 different sizes, 4, 5 and 6 metre. I like them. Very nice indeed. The pneumatic conveyor for grain silos by Piesel. Next, we have this. This is the Lizard Rylec pack by JMZ. 21.12 megabytes download. We've got a 3 metre and a 6 metre. This is the 6 metre. 5 slots and 10 slots respectively. So 5 slots for the 3 metre, 10 slots for the 6 metre. The difference in these, the options are identical apart from the 6 metre has got this catch bit here to hold this up. You can change the colour of that, but I'll show you that in the options as well. We'll see if it's a shallow cultivator or not, because that's where you'll find it under cultivators, or them should I say. 5,500 for the 3 metre, 10,500 for the 6 metre for a cultivator. That's not bad actually. So we've got the option of coulter or goosefoot. Then we've got track eradicators, yes or no. So to get rid of that compaction from your tractor as you go over. Colour option, any one of those 3. So we're kind of getting more faded as we go through. And then on the 6 metre, we've got the same option, coulter or goosefoot, track eradicators, main colour, but then we've got the design colour, which is for that attachment bit. You can have it black or yellow. Those are your choices. Very nicely detailed. If you go for the 6 metre, it unfolds, the 3 metre stays as it is. Shallow cultivator, as you can see. Nice animation with the dust. 9 miles an hour. That's not a bad price, 10,500 for a 6 metre cultivator. The Lizard Rylec pack by JMZ. While we're here, we'll do this one, then we'll go back over. This is the Lizard Slurry barrel by Bartson V3. 2.83 megabytes download, 4 slots on console, 22,000 litre capacity, 16.2 metre spread width. Now it doesn't have anything on the bottom there, but it looks like it's got a splash deck there. That will pump directly from this end up right way along. By the time it's gone along there like a barrel of a gun, it should hit that like an absolute loon and spray out. I haven't tried this yet, so we're about to see. If we jump into the tractor, you'll see at the top you've got the, if you want to simulate overloading or you've got a pipe or something, so you've got the sort of catchment bit on the top. What do they call that? Mine's gone blank, but anyway, for loading into if you want to. Got 22,000 litres of digestate in it. You will find it under slurry tanks. Just there, the slurry barrel 20, 45 grand, 160 horsepower required. Slot count will come down to 1. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. That's it. Those are our options. Well, didn't mean to hire a worker then. We'll turn it on. Oh yeah, boom. And that's going out, it seems to be going out a little bit further. Oh no, I don't know, the animation is going out a little bit further. It seems to turn to more of a mist. I like that as animation, that's pretty cool. It's hitting that top plate, and right at the extent of the actual spray, it's turning to almost like a mist, so it looks like it's going out further. Oh, look at that on the edge, that's pretty cool. Now we can activate double application rate, if I turn that on. So you can get on standard game mode, not precision farming, but standard game mode, you get both your fertilising states down in one go. It goes a little bit slower, but you can get it all on. That's pretty cool, that. I'm glad that worked, because I wasn't sure if it was going to or not. I thought, I'm looking up there thinking that's got to be the splash plate, it has to be. So there we go. That's the Lizard Slurry Barrel by Bartson V3. Next, we have these two. This is the Kinsey Wagon Pack Plus by AT Farms. 26.09 megabytes download. We've got 7 slots for the 30,000 litre, 9 slots for the 37,000 litre. The smaller option doesn't have a track choice. I don't think it has a track choice. I'm pretty sure it didn't. And we have a scale option as well. As you can see, that one's full, that one's not quite full. I just wanted to see a difference in the scales if you've gone for the scale on the side. Again, you don't have to have gone for a scale on the side. Nicely made and detailed. You'll find these under Auger wagons. Just there, 59 grand for the 30,000 litre, 74 grand for the 37,000 litre, 240 horsepower, 300 horsepower required. Slot counts come down to 1 on both of them. They don't take anything over and above standard Auger wagon, chaser bins, however you refer to them, Auger wagon, crop type, standard crop types, seed or fertiliser these will take. So the 85-1 grain cart, we've got the option of Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, Lizard, Mitas, Michelin, Continental, back to Trelleborg. And Trelleborg we've got BKT, Vredestein, just that, Lizard, just that option, Mitas, Michelin, Continental, just that, back to Trelleborg. Scale, yes or no, put scale around on this side. And then license plate option on there. So the difference then on the 1051 or 1051, however you want to refer to it, we've got same tyre companies, but I'm pretty sure the only difference is with the Lizard, we've got a wide and we've got a crawl track. I'm pretty sure all the others are exactly the same. Vredestein just that, Lizard that and that, Mitas, Michelin, Continental just that, back to Trelleborg. Scale yes or no on the side, and we're good to go. Start this up. So we've got cover open, I like so. We have then got, now we've got pipe. Now it says, I couldn't fathom, not a surprise is it for me when I'm doing my mod reviews. I try to check all the different options and see what changes when you do them. We've got pipe out 1 and then pipe out 2, but you can't split the compartment on this, so it's not like you've got 2 different pipes that unload 2 different things, which I wasn't sure. Anyway, we'll do pipe out, which will raise that up like that. So, and then we press it again, pipe out 2, nothing changes. I don't know if that's left over from another mod or something, I'm not sure. And then pipe in, so whichever one you want to go for. But then L1 and right stick side to side, we can adjust the nozzle on the end of the pipe for unloading. We can unload here, or if we get to a sell point, it should, there you go, automatically unload like that. And off the sell point and unload here, so we're unloading into a cedar or onto the floor, or wherever you want to put it, like that. As you can see, the scales have gone down because we've unloaded some and sold some. The larger one is exactly the same options for opening and closing the cover, pipe in and out, unloading is exactly the same. Difference for this one, I went for the tracked version. So I'm going to open that pipe up here. Because I'm looking, honestly, because I'm suddenly thought maybe there is something. So that's pipe 1. Pipe 2, if I press it again, I can't see anything that changed. We do have a light on the pipe as well. Set under there. There you go. That's the Kinsey Wagon Pack Plus by AT Farms. Next, we've got these. I like these. I must admit, when I saw these pop up, I know this sounds awful, and I apologise immediately. It was like the MAN TGS Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, and straight away I was like, how many more MAN trucks are we going to get from HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau? But they're very nice. They are very nice. We've got a construction version and the fire version, or you can have standard. You don't have to have either of those, but I just thought they looked really cool. The other thing as well, we got winches on these if you've got platinum expansion as well. Winch option in that front, if you've gone for a rear one. Front is a 3 ton, I think, and the rear is an 8-ton winch, if you've gone for that as an option. Rear trailer hitches, various different strobe light options on these. They are pucker. 20.93 megabytes download, 21 slots and 20 slots respectively. We've got a 4x2, 6x4. We'll have a look. I blanked, I didn't write that bit down. Under trucks. 4x2 and 6x4. I was close. So, on the 4x2, I think the options are the same on both, but I'll show you anyway. So we've got standard design, construction yard design, fire department, or back to standard. So you don't have to go for either of those two. I'll show you that on the other one. We've got the option of a 500 horsepower, a 640 horsepower, or an 880 horsepower. Then we've got wheel brand, Continental, Lizard, Nokian, back. Under Continental, we've got design 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. Lizard just says implement, just that one. And then Nokian, we've got design 1, 2, 3, 4. Back again. We've got windscreen stone guard, yes or no. Wheel cover on the back, yes or no. Covers over the rear section. Bull bar, yes. Yes with orange blinking lights. Blue blinking or no. I mean, you can have the blue blinking on a normal one, but I suppose that's designed more to go for the fire version. So we'll go for that and orange blinking. You've got roof bar, yes. With orange blinking. Blue blink. Ah, there hasn't put... That's interesting. The standard version hasn't put the actual beacons on. I'll check that. Orange blinking, blue blinking, no. If I go back up and we change that over to... Yeah, so that will put the beacons on in orange. That puts them on in blue. That it doesn't have beacons on at all. So if you want beacons, you might have to go for the construction version, but that's got lights on there. Back down to our roof bar. So we've got beacon. Oh, here we go. That's why. Beacon option, white, black, orange, black. That's interesting. Black, orange, blue, no. I should have waited, shouldn't I? It's because I did the other two in the other versions. Flashlights, orange, blue, no. That puts them across the front grille, I think. Pretty sure it does. Yep, there's the blue ones. There's no. So you can see the blue ones just there. Then horns, yes or no. Sun shield, purple, green, black, no. Warning strip, yes or no. Headlight protection, yes or no. Attachers, plus trailer hitch, standard. Winch, you can have it at the front if you've got Panama expansion on. Winch, front 2 ton. Back 8 ton or both 2 ton and 8 ton. Then fender colour. That's interesting. Plastic. Cabin below. That didn't change anything. Cabin above. Didn't change that, did it? Or am I being really... It's changing that rear fender from black to more of a grey. It's not going green. Anyway. And then we got... Oh, then cabin below. There we go. Does the whole bottom section. Like that. Rim colour, anything on that palette. And then license plate option on there as well. And I say, the option for the 6x4 is exactly the same. Slot count comes down to 1 on both of them. They're all exactly the same. Difference is that starts with the lights on as well already. All the other options for wheel brand, tyre choices, stone guard, wheel cover, bull bar is the same. I'm just looking at the roof bar. We got no. Right, so if you go for the roof bar on that one, it just moves the blue lights forward. That's all. Puts them on there. Then we got orange blinking or blue blinking on the front. So you can go through various different options. Warning strips, same. Headlight protection, yeah. Everything else is pretty much the same. 2 ton and 8 ton for the winch. I don't know why I thought it was 3 in my head. So, let's jump in this one first. Start it up. So, put the beacons on. As you can see, I went for the orange flashing ones with all the various different bells and whistles. Turn those off. But what I do like with this, and this was something I said about not having the side panel anymore to be able to put the hazard lights on automatically, and people say, oh, you can't have them on console. But interestingly, on here, they've got them. If I drive forward, now, fine. When I reverse, look, the hazard lights come on automatically while reversing, so it can be done. And I love that on the back. Look at that. How cool is that? Now we do have the option L1 and right stick side to adjust the fifth wheel, so depending on what you're attaching on the back you've got a bit of room on there. And as I already showed you, the two winches as well. There's no doors or windows that open on them. This one has got a broom and a shovel on the back. Interior, very nicely detailed. Difference between this one and the other one, should have actually driven back, now I've got a walkway back. Obviously the lighting is one obvious thing. So we turn our lights on, we get our blue lights. If I've gone for blue lights on here, on the bottom I might have gone for orange. But we've also got, this is loud, I'll go back a little bit. Siren active. Still loud, regardless. And we can adjust the fifth wheel on this as well. Adjustment of that. Very, very nice indeed, I like them. Like them both. So there we go. That's the MAN TGS pack by HR, Forst and Fahrzeugbau. Next, we have this. This is the Lizard Vintage Mower by SleutjesModding. SleutjesModding. 2.81 megabytes download, 3 slots on console with a 1 meter cut on it. It's an interesting one. You'll find that under vehicles and mowers. Just there, 650 to buy. Slot count of 3 comes down to 1. 23 horsepower. Main colour, anything on that palette. Rim colour, anything on that palette. Hop on, start it up. This is so cool. It doesn't get any more straightforward than that. Handle one way, handle the other way. There's no lights. First person. We turn it on. Ah, it's not leaving grass behind. So this is just a little small garden one then, isn't it? That if you just want to clear the grass around your lawn but you don't want to have to worry about picking anything up. Certainly nothing coming out. I don't need to unload here or anything, do I? Don't think so. If I come out off the grass, it's going to suddenly pile up somewhere. No. Oh, there you go. Ah, dearie me. There you go. The Lizard Vintage Mower by SleutjesModding. Let's hop off that. Next, also by SleutjesModding, we've got this. This is the Lizard Quad Tractor. 6.24 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. It's a quaddie. Lights. There's no horn on this actually. We have a tension belt on the back, so if you want to strap pallets, boxes, bales, if you've got liftable bales or small bales or whatever you want to do, or you just want to put your lunchbox on there, you can. It's up to 33 miles an hour. It hasn't got much suspension travel. I did try over a couple of humps and bumps here and there, because looking at it I thought, oh, that would be really cool if that's got real big old suspension travel, but it hasn't particularly. First person. Engine off. You'll find this under cars, just there, 2,650, that's all. 34 horsepower, slot count comes into 1. Option on this, we've got main colour, anything on this palette here. Rim colour, anything on this palette. And a license plate option. Pretty straightforward. That's the Lizard Quad Tractor by SleutjesModding, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Before we get to the last of the mods for today, we'll stand by it because it's quite intimidating. This is nuts, but also incredibly wow. We've got 3 maps out now. I don't know if this is just me. We've got Rylec 2K23. No, I always say it wrong. Is it Kala or KA77E? We got Corinthia by Black Pat Modding, and we got Domaine de Lorry by Uncle Sly. So I looked at that straight away and thought, was Fruling really 2019? Was that when Fruling came out? So I went and checked on my map tours. No, Fruling is an FS22 map. So I've had a quick sort of look, just a very brief one. I personally think this should have Fruling 2K23 should have been an update to Fruling, not a completely separate map. Maybe I'm just being. It might be horrible. I don't know. It just seems a bit odd. It's almost identical. There's a couple of little changes. Anyway, I'll get onto the map tools tomorrow for those. But that one threw me a little bit. So yeah, 3 new maps out, and I'll get into the map tools tomorrow for those. But the last of the mods then. This is the Reaper 2000 Harvester by MacTrucker921. 25.92 megabytes download, 24 slots on console. This thing is just bonkers in all the right places, assuming of course you want to be bonkers in all the right places. Shout out as well on this because it says the Reaper decals were hand drawn and donated for use by MacTrucker921's daughter. So, shout out to MacTrucker921's daughter. Very cool indeed for donating those for the mod. And when I say bonkers in all the right places, that pipe on the extension will take up to, I think it's an 18-metre header. If you go for the unreal capacity, this will hold 1.5 million litres of product. And you can go up to, was it a 2050 horsepower or 2500? I think it's 2050. And as you can see with the tracks as well, now that does come with, yeah, I noticed something a bit odd with this when I tried to turn. It did something a bit strange, but that could be this particular track type. But it has, it's got a ton of options. It's Mr. Death. He's come about the reaping. Anyway, this you'll find under your harvesters. Out on the end there. Now it's pretty pricey, 510,500, but you get a lot of bang for your buck for that. Standard, I mean, to be fair, I suppose when you think about it, 510,500 for the standard version is quite expensive. I thought once you start adding on all the options, it will go up to that, but no, that's what it starts at. So it is up there. So in its standard configuration, then 14,400 litres. 29 miles an hour, 825 horsepower. So capacity, we can go unrealistic, 250,000 litres, unrealistic 2, 500,000, 3, 750,000, 4, a million, and 5, 1.5 million litres. Then we can go on to our option 4, extended pipe. So the extension on the pipe back to 14,400. Then we go through the various different extensions on the tank as well. So we can have the long pipe then with 250,000 litre, 500,000 litre, 750,000 litre, 1 million, 1.5 million litre tank capacity, and then back to standard again. So I went for, of course, the full Monty on everything. Engine setup, we've got the 825 horsepower, 1,520 horsepower, yeah, 2,050 horsepower. Because that's what you need. Of course you need to. It doesn't increase the speed at all. Unlike the Colossus Harvester pack, where when you go up the horsepowers, you get a higher speed. And this doesn't come with a header in this pack either. This is just the Harvester. So, wheel brand. We have got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredstein, Nokian, Lizard, which gives you that option. Back to Trelleborg. So on the Trelleborg, we have got... I have to say though, some of these options on here, they look amazing. Crawler track, and that especially, that crawler track broad. I think all of them, and look at the size of the back tyre on that. Crazy! Then we go to Michelin, and I'm pretty sure all of the tyres have the same options then. Then onto our Continental. Oh, hang on, sorry. I went zipping through then, didn't I? Wrong option. There we go, on Continental. I went up one, there we go. Mitas. Honestly, wow, look at that. BKT. That's an interesting one. Roadstone. Knock-in. Now that's a good one as well. You don't often get those tyre choices for tractors on the knock-ins. Cool, that's a big one, isn't it? Then that. Then back to Trelleborg. Then we've got unit number. We've got 1 through 9. Then we've got decal white or black, which gives you just the outline in white and the inside stays black. Let's go for... There we go. Actually, that one crops that off, doesn't it? Let's go back to white. Yeah, it looks like the top's chopped off that ever so slightly. Then we've got brands. So we've got Lizard, Case, Massey Ferguson. So you can go standard if you want to. Fendt, Challenger. That I think is brilliant. Put a Grim on there, say Grim or Reaper. That's brilliant. Very clever. And then back to none. Then we've got strobe options. So we've got corner strobes yellow, LED light bar yellow, all strobes yellow, and then we go through a load of options then. So we've got yellow, white, red, red and blue, red, blue and white, blue, blue and white, green, green and white, pink, purple, pink and purple, white, and then no, and then back to start again. Quite a few different options there. Windows, we got a tint, so we're going to go full goth. You can go like that if you want to. Then you've got Reaper body decal, so you've got this one, that one, that one, or that one, and then back again. Actually, I know I went for that, but I do like that. That's cool. Then we've got the panel colours, so we can change the panel colours to anything on this palette, and there are a load. So if you do the rear trim panel colour, it will do all of that. If we do our front trim panel colour, let's go for polished aluminium for example, it does all of that. Interior colour, actually what I should have done was taken the tint off. There we go, so we can see inside. So interior colour, let's go for something bright, there we go, it does all of that. Seat colour, rim colour, and the rim colour does work with tracks as well. Let's go for yellow for example. If I go back up to, where are we? Oh, I did it on, oh that's interesting. It did it on that, that's why I said it, but on that one it doesn't. Okay, so it does it on the main one on the Lizard, but it doesn't do it on there. Then we come back down to license plate option after we've done rim colour. So, very cool. Let's start it up. So I went for red because I thought red and black, and that's proper, you know. Lights. The horn's quite quiet actually. I think the engine sound overrides the horn. I've got 1.5 million litres in there just to show you that it does go in there. Turn the lights off. Pipe out. I've gone for the mega pipe on this one because if you want to go for an absolutely crazy header, I think is it the biggest we've got on console is a 60 foot. Is it the Durus one? Is it? We've got a 60 foot. But look at that. That's insane. And with this track, now this is what I found. It might have just been with the pipe out. When we get up to speed, so 29 miles an hour, I'm going to turn those strobes off because that could give someone a seizure. In honesty, when I tried to turn, it did this weird thing where it. Oh no, it's not going to do it. That's all right. It might be because I've got weight in it now. When it didn't have anything in it, when I turned, the whole thing tipped right back on the back of the tracks. But it seems to be better with weight in it. Let's turn the lights off completely. What are the light options we got? There we go. Let's put the pipe out and see if it does it again. Because I was going to show you, I was going to say, look, just be aware with this track option, but it might have been just because it was empty. Oh no, there we go. It does it a little bit when the pipe's out as well. Just probably slightly off balance. But I have to say, with this track option, I like the fact when you get to the end of a field, I mean this is, boom, zero turn and you're back down the roads again. That's brilliant. Doesn't that combine tank. I'm mesmerised by this thing. Absolutely mesmerised by it. Anyway, I've got to stop now, although I'll keep watching it. That's the Reaper 2000 Harvester by Mack Trucker 921. Interior. Just double check L1, R1, L1, R1. Yeah. I was just checking the panels or doors and windows open over there. And that's it. Oh god, I have to stop. That's it for the mods for Thursday the 21st of September. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.